Hello! Hi guys, my name is zinjy and welcome back to another episode on the Cornerstone SMP. In the last episode guys, we were back over at our base area and we were working on our island and we transformed it into this lovely desert island that you can see down below you. It looks awesome. I'm absolutely in love with it. I love the style and how it came out and what we did. It just looks so much better than obviously what we had before. What we had before was never going to stay. It was always planned that this was going to be transformed into a glorious, lovely island. And I do love the style that we went with, just, you know, the ruin sort of look that we have. Obviously this ancient civilization's been here and, you know, they've built stuff and they've long since either left or something's happened to them. And they just have, like, you know, a ruin in the middle, which looks awesome. We didn't obviously go with the big tree out of a palm tree, just like the rest of the island, but it looks great. And the palm trees, I'm in love with. I love this palm tree design, using the composters for the actual trunk. I just think it looks so cool. I think, to believe it or not, it's actually my favourite part of the island, and it's in itself. And I'm glad you guys really liked it as well. You seem to take, you know, a nice liking to it. Everyone seems to be quite happy with sort of how it came out, and so am I. I'm absolutely loving it. I am very happy how it came out as well. A couple of little things that I maybe thought of in between episodes. I maybe add some bamboo going on down. That might give it a bit more. It'll be more green, but it might give it a different texture just to break up a little bit, you know, on sort of these parts where it's a bit more open. We could put just a couple of bamboo and that'll just add a bit more to it. But oh man, so far it is looking amazing. I love this island. I love what we've done here, but that's not what we're doing today. No, today we will be working on this island, but we will be doing something on the other side of the island. And the side I'm referring to is this side here, the back side of the island itself. And the part we want to be working on today is a little bit right here. Yeah, believe it or not, you'll be looking at this and you're thinking, zinjy, what are you talking about? But just through here, underneath a couple of these blocks, is actually our honey farm. Yeah, it's actually just located just under this little patch of dirt here. And what I would like to do in this episode is actually put like a little sort of cavern or cave. So, you know, if you're walking down, you would come down and there's going to be like a little cave just carved into this side of the hill here. And that's going to punch into the actual where, you know, where our honey farm / bee farm is going to be located, and we're going to build a beehive in there. At least that's the plan anyway, is to transform that whole area inside into a beehive. And the area itself is actually going to be a little bit bigger than it currently is. As you can see, if I just punch on back through here, this is like the back part of where our honey farm and our honeycomb farm actually located. Obviously they're just in the wall here. This is just where I come in and do the maintenance and stuff. But the beach is actually just like a couple of blocks right here. So we're not going to be able to do it, you know, coming straight in, because it's going to be, well, this is going to be basically, this is going to be moved. And I would like to put it on like a you know, a gentle gradient coming in, not like a steep one coming straight in. So we're actually going to have to move the actual bee farm itself back quite a few blocks. And what I would like to do is, I would actually like to make this a 2-story. So I like to drop this down another, there'll probably be another room just under it. So they would have this sort of floor here and there'll be another room underneath it. And it should be about the same sort of size, I would like, at least anyway. But what we're going to do is this wall here, we've actually got space behind all this. We can punch this back about, I think it's about 7 or 8 blocks. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to take this down. We're going to move this either downstairs or we're going to keep this upstairs. I'm not quite decided yet, but on one of the floors we'll have this, and on another floor we're going to have 2 rows of the honeycomb and the honey farms going along each wall. Preferably, probably on this top floor we'll do that, so we can make the top floor a little bit smaller, and then we can have the bigger bee farm itself down underground, just because it'll take up a bit less space up here, you know, so when you come in it's not going to be overwhelming just seeing, you know, a bee farm just sort of planted right in the middle of the floor. Instead you'll see all the bees and stuff doing their work, and we can have bees flying around the room and stuff as well. But that's the plan. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do today, is sort of get that done. But there's still, as you can see, there's a lot needs to be done. I need to take the bee farm down, and I also need to dig this wall back quite a few blocks as well. And the bee farm now has been removed, and we've tidied up ever so slightly as well. I still need to take out the actual 2 honey, you know, the honey farm and the honeycomb farm as well. But we'll get to that, you know, once we punch a hole and we can see, you know, kind of where we're going to be coming in, where we need to sort of terraform the cave coming into this area as well. All I need to do now is actually just punch this wall back. But I say I think I can get back probably about another 7 or 8 blocks ish. I've set a beacon up just outside, so at least I've got beacon power to do this, because otherwise it'd be a bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to try and dig this back 7 or 8 blocks, just try and make the room look well, not look a bit bigger, but the room to be a bit bigger. And that's much better, much better. Yeah, I like the kind of space that we have sort of to play with now. I managed to get this actually this far back. I didn't punch it back 7 or 8, I actually punched it back about 10 or 11. So I managed to get quite a bit of space in here, which is great. It's exactly what I was kind of needing, because I need a lot of space at this side for the tunnel coming in, because the tunnel will probably come to probably about here. And then that'll give us sort of similar to the same room we had before, but then of course we're going to go down underneath the ground as well. And that's when we can build, you know, the farm. And it won't interact with anything else I may have going on in the future coming up. But this is perfect. I've managed to remove the actual bee and honeycomb farm as well. All I need to do now, I've just left the chest so I know exactly sort of where the middle is. All I need to do is just sort of dig in from the beach and try and find the middle area and then see how big we kind of want to make it. And then we'll obviously create the sort of tunnel coming in. And this is probably the perfect place to actually just start digging. This is the side I want on, as I say. And I want the tunnel to start around here. So even if we just sort of go in here, let's have a wee look, see where this goes in. Just go to some of these blocks. It shouldn't, as I say, it was right there, so it wasn't too far in. So if we dig down just a couple of blocks, we should come across the, you know, the hollowed out honeycomb farm and honey farm. Hopefully. I did know it was right there. I'm not seeing it. There we go. There we go. There's where it comes in. Right. Okay. So that's kind of what... Oh, there's beacon. That's kind of what we've got to play with. So we need to create a way for this to look sort of natural coming in. And then we obviously don't want it dropping down. We want it coming in. And on a sort of natural curvature going down. And then just sort of coming in and probably landing about here-ish. Yeah, so we'll need to sort of work this out. And worked out I have. Yes, I have done it. It looks awesome. It looks so cool. Yeah, it looks like it's very natural. So if you're just sort of walking around the island, you just stumble across this cave, which is just sort of, you know, taking off the sort of pillars that we had before. It looks like it just sort of crumbles out, and then you can see it just goes into like a natural cave. We've got a couple lanterns here just light the place up, and it just sort of curves in. We took some of the walls out, just roughed up a little bit to make it look a bit cooler. Once we maybe get vines and stuff in here, maybe look a bit better than it currently does. And then it just sort of comes down here, and we've got the staircase. It's not perfect. We use slabs and just, you know, full blocks and that. And then we come down into the room. And that is as far as I've gotten just now. But this is looking cool. This is looking very cool. I love this little entrance to the cave. And it's exactly what I was aiming for. I didn't want it to be like... I'll see it from a distance. I didn't want it to be too perfect. I just want it to look very natural, like it fit in. And yeah, it totally does. It totally does. As I say, once we get maybe a couple more leaves and stuff and maybe just round it ever so slightly, and then maybe get a couple of vines actually in the cave, I think it'll look a bit better. But this is definitely a great start. But we've got a long way to go. We still have to actually get the beehive in here. And I have made a start, as you can see, trying to get the beehive in. Yeah, what I've done is I just incorporated it, so when you come into the cave and you get in the bottom, then you can see the hive then starts to sort of overtake, and then it's just a slow transition from, like, you know, your stone and your dirt that you would have at the top of the cave into then, you know, what the bees have built. So we've got the honey coming in, we've got the honeycomb coming in, and I'm just using sort of orange and yellow pane glass just to give a bit more feel, a bit more texture to the build. It gives a bit more atmosphere as well. As you can see, I don't have the rest of the hive in it, still very grey, but at least this was probably one of the harder parts, was trying to get the transition in between the cave and then how the hive would start. And I actually think it came out really nicely, really nice. I like just having the honey splash here there and honeycomb just incorporating. It looks really good. But obviously I need to get the hive in. Just before we do get started on the hive, this is the perfect opportunity. Nellas is actually online right now. You wonder maybe why? Well, why is that perfect opportunity? Because in the last episode, you may remember that Nellas and I actually met up and we discussed about sort of me helping Nellas with her shop and chipping in a little bit for a couple of diamonds here or there on tridents, nautilus shells, and any other drone related stuff. Now, in the last episode, I was going to build the drone farm, and I did. I built it on a live stream last week. For anyone who's not following my live streams, I highly suggest it. We have a really good time over there. We just sit, we chat, we build. It's great. It's twitch.tv/zinjy_gaming. By all means, head across. Give me a follow. It's free to do so. And as I say, we have a great time. We hang out, we just chat and we build and stuff. But on that live stream, I actually did build the drone farm, so it is fully complete. And it's something I really want to show Nellas. So Nellas is heading over here right now, and then we will head over to the drone farm. Hi, Nellas.
Hello, zinjy.
Hello. Welcome to my humble abode, my desert / ancient civilization island, and my...
Yeah, I already said it's looking really awesome. I love the project you worked on.
Yeah, no, thank you. And my creeper friend, which seems to have gone on my boat. I'm going to keep him there for the rest of the season. I'm not going to kill him.
Oh yeah, you can't kill him.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till like we have like, you know, the tridents, and I have a channel one, and I'm going to try and, you know, make him into one of the you know, the supercharged creepers, and then I'm gonna frame them somewhere on the island, and then I'll keep them forever. Yeah, that's the plan. Anyway, yeah. The reason we are meeting up today is to do with our meeting in the last episode. Well, at least my last episode, maybe another episode for you. I said I was going to build a trident farm or a drowned farm, and I have, and I want to show you it. So we can show how it works and what it is. So we're actually going to fly off in this way. So if you just follow me, and I will show you the way. This is the drowned farm.
Yeah, I've never built one myself, but I mean, it looks awesome. And you said that you designed this one all by yourself?
Yeah, this is, I mean, to be fair, like, this is my design. Like, I didn't copy anyone, you know, I didn't follow a tutorial of that, but most of these drowned farms are very similar. You know, like, there's not, like, well, there's wrong ways to do it, but you know what I mean? Like, you go online and you'll see, like, 40 like this, but I didn't copy them. This is, like, completely my design. This is what I came up with my own head. So, yeah, I like coming up with things myself. I don't like copying other people unless, of course, mine doesn't work. But I've had it running for a small amount of time, maybe like 15 minutes I got yesterday. And when we head through, I can show you the loot I got in 15 minutes, and it was actually quite a lot. It was a decent amount, but basically I'll just quickly run over how it works in case you do want to come across an AFK or whatever. So the basis is we're building it over a river biome, not an ocean, because the river biomes tend to spawn more drowns than oceans do, because the ocean has more spawning spots, where the river biome, we can manipulate where they're spawning, if you know what I mean. And the way it's set up is the bottom of this farm is 128 blocks from, if you look away up in the sky, you'll see the AFK platform. That's where you sort of stand, and it's 120 blocks down. So that means nothing can spawn in the water below. They can only spawn in this water sort of coming down here. And because if there's no one else on, it's just you, it's the only place that mobs can spawn. So you'll get drowned spawning in the droves. And then basically, because it's flowing water, they'll flow down, they'll go past the fence gates, they'll drop into the glass chamber, and then they'll catch wind of the turtle eggs that we have here. They'll see them, they'll try and walk towards them, but then they'll go straight into the portal and then into the holding chamber I've built at the other side in the nether. So basically, if you do want to use this farm, if you land on here, and if you just pop down into this bit here and stand on this barrel, this is the exact block you need to be standing on to load only the farm in, and then that'll generate the drowned to be loaded in. And then say, I would recommend, you have to watch if other people come on, because if someone else were to come on and go in the nether, that sort of ruins the farm, because that takes it makes the drowned all despawn, and that's not what you want. So if you're on by, I would recommend only start using it when you're on by yourself. Maybe do like a 5-minute AFK at a time, and then if you nip through into the nether, I can show you the other side. Awesome. And then I've made this little room here, so basically the drowned pop at the nether portal here and fall down into that chamber in there, because they can see the eggs and they try and get to the egg and they just fall straight in. If we just pop down here, this is actually the killing chamber. I don't think it'll have any because we weren't there long. And then I'll just pop down here, and it's just a case of swiping away. And the loot I have in this double chest is what I got for 15 minutes worth of AFK. So,
oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
No, they're just shells there, of course.
Yeah, I only got one Nellas shell, but they're quite rare as it is. So I reckon, you know, like a wee while AFK in here, we could get a lot of Nellas shells and tridents.
Yeah, I mean, that's very good, because mine sold out like immediately once I opened the shop. So
yeah, I seen that. I sort of headed along to see if I could maybe try and purchase one. And I thought, why would I buy one when I'm going to be getting? But I noticed, yeah, they were sold out pretty quick. So hopefully, if I get a good AFK session in here, we can get a lot of Nellas shells and tridents. And I don't know if you maybe want to sell drowned heads as well, because I've got 9 already.
Yeah,
and as I say,
test for heads, so we can put them in there as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. As I say, you can use it, you know, this is your farm as much as mine, so use it anytime you wish. Take as much loot as you want, you know, it's yours as well. So just whatever you need to do, go for it.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I'll just need to fix the portals and stuff, but yeah, no. Right. So that's it. Yeah, drowned farm, all
yeah, it looks
good,
awesome.
ready to go. It's not decorated. If you want to decorate it, be my guest.
Maybe I will. That could be my way of contributing to it.
Yeah. It's up to you. We could just leave it like this. If you want to decorate it, be my guest. But yeah, I need to fix the nether portals, because currently the only way we can get out is actually going through the portal that the drowned come through. So it's a bit of a pain in the bum currently. There we go. Cool. So that's it. Drowned Farm built. Sorry it took me so long. I just had a lot of things sort of happening in real life.
Oh,
but
it's really no problem. You don't have to feel bad.
Yeah, no. I did. I was like, I need to build this for me and Nellas, and I said like 2 weeks ago I'd do it, and it hadn't done. So I did it yesterday. So yeah, Drowned Farm is finished. So as I say, you can use it when you want. Just fire over here. I will try and AFK as much as I can as well, just so we've got a constant supply for the shop at all times.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So thanks for working with me on this and doing such a good job with it. I don't think I would have been able to do that, and I as always look forward to what the shop will yield for the both of us.
Yeah, no worries. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to our little business partnership. Should be quite cool. Should make a lot of diamonds, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, cool. Right, I have an island to finish off. And I have a beehive.
Big factory to drown.
yeah. I have a beehive to build as well, so I need to go back and do that. But I will hopefully catch you in a not too distant future, and hopefully we make a ton of diamonds. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah.
I'll see you
cool.
then.
Bye, Nellas.
Bye.
And I said it in the last episode, guys. If you're not following Nellas's channel, please go follow Nellas's channel. At least give it a watch. She's very cool, very good Minecrafter, very good content creator, and that sort of drowned farm is definitely going to help the business for Nellas and for me, and hopefully we can make a ton of diamonds off the Cornerstone guys. At least that's the plan anyway. But we're back over here at the Beehive. Yes, as you can see, we are starting to make leaps and bounds on it. I've started sort of creating how we're going to transition it from the the cave itself. We had a little bit already tagged on, but now I want to get the whole sort of design idea now in, because we're going to be sort of making a corridor going down lengthwise down there, and then off the side bits we're going to have where the honeycomb farm is, that's the one, and where the honey farm is, we're going to have those attached to the side. We're going to have quite a few of those running down a line, and then at the bottom we're going to have sort of like a bit it drops down into the underground chamber below, and also at the end here we're going to have our flower farm just attached into the wall somewhere. I'm not sure if I have it here or if I have it further down. I probably will have it in the underground once. That would make more sense, so the flower farm's with the bee farm. But yeah, I've got a little bit of work to do. As you can see, we've got the bases starting to go in, but I need to sort of come up with a bit more of a design to start taking it like along the corridor a bit more, and that design has now been implemented. We have our corridor in, and I think it looks amazing. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I love the transition just as sort of you walk in the cave. Let me just sort of get up here and we can see this. So if you just like sort of coming in the cave, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a bee. Oh, well, that was cool. Let's get down here. Have we look? And voila. Yeah, it's really smart. I really like how this has turned out. The only thing I would say is it's quite straight. I did the best I could like with the roofs and stuff. The only reason I couldn't do like this sort of thing over here, man, as I said, I tried my best, is obviously this is going to be a functional farm, so I can't get away with, changing. I suppose I could implement the back stuff, but I want them all in in a row on each side, so this was the best I could sort of come up with, and I hope you guys like it. Yeah, it's took me a little while to sort of come up with and try to get intricate designs. I mean, we're only working with 3 blocks, the shroom lights, what do you call this? Honeycomb block. And the honey block are the only sort of 3 we're working with, and obviously we're using the glass panes, the orange and the yellow, so I just threw it to give it that extra sort of dripping feel. I thought that'd be quite cool. I may still yet put like actual beehives in, that might look quite cool. I don't really want bees flying around in here, that's the only thing. I think once we get each individual segment of the side in, so the honeycomb one side and the honey the other farm with all the bees and stuff, and it'll probably come together a bit more with these open sections. It just looks a bit empty, but it's looking good. It is looking really good. But that's not what we managed to get done. We also managed to get the water vator in as well, which will take us down to the next floor where our bee farm is going to sit. As you can see, I still need to dig it out, but the bee farm is going to be down here, and this is obviously going to be connecting to the upper floor, and we have our water vator in as well. This is a nice little trick you can do with Minecraft with the actual honey blocks, because the honey block's not a full block. It's sort of like a semi-half block in a way. You can actually put water vators just at the corners of these honey blocks right here, and if you go right into the corner, it boosts up and you can actually get the water vator, and if you come just off the corner, you can use the honey to slide down to safety. As you can see, it's a really neat trick, very neat trick, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't just have this here, I would have this anywhere in the world. But yeah, we've managed to do quite a bit, but as I say, I still need to actually get down here and dig this room out. And with the room fully dug out, you can now see we also have the bee farm fully built back up, and we also have the flower farm built back up as well, just tucked in the back corner, just sort of out the way, but still accessible enough for us. But this is looking great. I've actually changed the glass up, so we're not using just the standard glass we used before. We're now using orange and yellow glass, just sort of goes with the bee colours. And I've put orange in the roof because there's a sort of technique I want to try for this particular level, shall we say. And what I'd like to try is I'd like to get away from what we've got upstairs, where it's just the sort of honeycomb that's our main dominant block, and the honey's just sort of mixed in. For down here, what I'd like to do is, the reason I've made it orange is just so the orange can be seen through, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to make the honey the dominant block down here. So even if we just do something sort of like this, I mean, this won't be perfect, we will change, but if we just had something like sort of this going on, where you can see the honey sort of like dripping down, and it's almost as if it's been sort of absorbed, through the roof itself, and it's coming through from upstairs. So upstairs, where the bees sort of hang out and chill, and this is, like our breeding area, so the honey's sort of seeping through the ceiling and then coming into this area, and it's sort of taking over this area. And then with this, we can incorporate some of the honeycomb blocks in the roof for the above area, and we can incorporate the shroom lights just to light the place up as well. But I think this is quite a good design. We'll just have to sort of get going around the room, but this is kind of what I want to go for down here in this level. However, guys, I'm probably going to have to end the episode there for today. Unfortunately, the honey in my hand is all the honey I've got. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the farm set up upstairs and get the bees producing honey and honeycomb for us again, as we've kind of ran out, yeah. So I think this is maybe a good stopping point for today. But I will do it in between episodes. I'll get the farm set up and we can get the bees producing those 2 items for us. And this episode will probably coming to you on Sunday. So later on this week coming, I'm hoping to do a live stream and we'll get this room finished. Yeah, that's my plan. I want this finished before next episode, so when next episode rolls round, we can start a fresh project, and that's my plan. So stay tuned for my Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/zinjy_gaming, and then that's where you'll find me. Come and hang out, come and say hi. We have a lot of fun over there, and we do a lot of building and stuff, so yeah, definitely check that out, and as I say, it is free to do so as well. But we have done a lot in this episode today. We managed to show Nellas the drone farm, which was awesome, and I hope that's going to help both of us make a lot of diamonds in the shop. I'm really looking forward to that. And we got the cave done upstairs. Yes, the bee hive is essentially done. I say we just need to finish this room, but we'll get that done on stream. And if for any reason I don't manage to get the stream done, I will get it done in between episodes. So that, as I say, we can come back and we can start something fresh. But that's where I'm going to end it for today, guys. If you have liked what you've seen, by all means, hit the like button down below. That'd be really cool of you. And if you are new to the channel, then please consider subscribing. That'd be really cool of you as well. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys!